I was looking through some stuff or whatever. So I ran across this. They call it House of Horrors or something like that. That they use it saying that it was a house for therapy and stuff like that. But it was not a house for therapy and stuff. It was for something else. A woman, she decided to post online for sexual acts, but she had a 7-year-old daughter that lived there, and they're saying that she was doing the acts in front of the little girl. I'm like, you couldn't go get a babysitter or something like that? And I'm like, what the news it is and stuff like that. Can you actually believe that actually happened? They had somebody go and pay for sex and see the little girl, or is it that the little girl wasn't there and they just arrested her and waited for the little girl to get there? I wonder. I can't wait for all the information on this to come out. But they hardly talk about stuff like this, and you'll hear about it, but then you don't. It'll be months and months down the line, or out, or a year or so, and it's like you define information. It's like so hard. It's like you gotta almost be a damn investigator just to find out information.
In this spring subdivision of manicured lawns and well-kept homes, what detectives say was happening in this house where Richard and Rose Colton live caused neighbors to not only complain to the HOA about the outdoor decor, but to also call Crime Stoppers about what they believed was happening inside.
They saw people coming and going at late hours of the night. That there was a 7-year-old female in this house also, in the same room to where this lady was alleged to be conducting sex acts.
The home is listed online as the Blooming Rose Crisis Counseling Center, but after weeks of surveillance, the Precinct 4 Constable's office says it was far more than therapy being offered here.
A couple of nights ago, our undercover units had set up a appointment with this female that was basically prostituting herself out of this home. This was an elaborate scheme to where these folks would advertise on the dark web.
Rose Colton is now charged with prostitution and endangering a child. Her husband, Richard Colton, is also charged with child endangerment for, according to this court document, putting Rose's 7-year-old daughter, quote, in imminent danger by allowing sex buyers to enter the home where the child lived.
As a father and a grandfather looking at this, it's pathetic.
Investigators took these photos inside the house.
The house was in total disarray.
The 7-year-old is now in CPS custody. Investigators don't believe the child had been sold for sex yet.
This here was a dark situation, regardless of whether she was or she wasn't, that could have led down a bad path for this 7-year-old had it kept going.
The constable says the investigation is ongoing and more charges are likely. Now, Richard Colton's bond has been set at $15,000. Rose Colton's initial hearing has been rescheduled pending a mental health evaluation. I'm Donnelly Keith, Fox 26 News.
Next to an exclusive.
Rose Colton, or whatever the hell how her name is pronounced. I'm going to say Rose. Now, Rose. You couldn't find a babysitter. You couldn't find a babysitter while you do your business, or you couldn't just do it out of a hotel. But I mean, you shouldn't even have to do no acts like that, sexual acts with any man you married to Richard Colton. And Richard Colton, he had to be slapped before putting his wife up to that. Shoot, he probably, y'all sure she wasn't she wasn't no mail out a bride. That he ain't buy her from. He ain't go on that site to get a mail order bride and he got her off a site somewhere. You sure that he wasn't making her do that? And they said they're gonna do a psychiatric evaluation. Of course, you're gonna have to do a psych evaluation, and most likely what come out of that psych evaluation is that she most likely gonna say that her husband made her do it. What kind of man makes his wife do that? So he was there making sure she do what she's supposed to do. So basically, he probably wouldn't, even if he is married to her, he probably married her just to pimp her out. You ever think about that? Investigation. Who reported in the first place?
Because outside didn't look too bad. You could trim take all them flags down and trim them trees. But other than that, how can they know what's going on? People in and out all night long. Well, I don't have people in and out of my house all night long. But, I mean, it's supposed to be a therapy place for people for therapy. So, I mean, wouldn't that therapy place be like open all the time for like high risk women or men or whatever? Heck, what kind of therapy supposed to be for women though? But what made it? Who reported it? Where's that fucking interview at? Where's the person that reported it? Why we don't hear what they said? Why we don't? I mean, gosh, you don't hear nothing. They don't hardly tell us no information, and it lasts like a 1 minute. This one lasts about 2 minutes, and that's it. 2 minutes, I can come out with something better than that. Half of these YouTubers on YouTube can come out with something better than that in 2 minutes. It ain't more than 2 minutes to explain everything. But we probably won't hear it until after they done charged them and everything like that. Will we see them again? Will they get a slap on the wrist? Will they go to jail? Or is it they just wanted the child in the first place? So, did they see when they did their investigation? Did they bust in the investigation in the house when the child was there, sleep? Was the mother doing an act when they busted in the house? That is the big question. They saying that they have all this information, but nobody sees it, so we can just speculate what we want to speculate to find out what we think. I'm just saying. Y'all have a nice night, well, afternoon. And if I find out any more information about this Rose Colton and Richard Colton, I'll let you know. Y'all take it easy. Last thing I'd like to add. Now, she almost 40 and he's almost 80 years old in his early 70s. And they doing this mess. Didn't it should be done with this stuff? They should know better not to be doing stuff like this. This man was born in 1950s. And she was born in 1983. Wow. That's crazy. If I find any more information, I'll be uploading another video. Y'all have a great one.